Hey guys, so we are about to check out the boy CHOI. Now, CHOI came out pretty much when the soft launch for SOLOLEVELINGSKR came about in terms of the first ever rate-up banner character, as you could say. Now, from the global release, we have still yet to see a rerun of this character. Now, I will say from an old schedule that we know of, I say an old schedule, it's kind of looking like it might be the case, but we could very well expect a CHOI banner to return maybe in July or maybe a month after, somewhere around there. So that way, to those that have started the game globally who have still yet to get the man, they could get it. And of course, it does help out in terms of him with Emma is pretty much the fire combination. So we'll also use the kind of like the fire. I don't want to exactly call it fire mono team, but the only other fire unit I have is Song, and so realistically, no. So like the fire mono team really is CHOI and Emma together, and then you would throw in yeah, you could throw in Min, why not? So but anyway, just kind of got him leveled up to where he's at. Now the key thing on what I'm here to look at is I want to run 2 sets of artifacts for him, because CHOI technically has 2 sets of artifacts to run. If you don't have CHOI at A5, which I do, A5 CHOI, you can then start to run the concentration and firepower accessories to then the one-hit kill accessories, because his A5 really does cater to the ultimate, and so you can kind of feed off from that with this set. The alternative set, if you don't have CHOI at A5, would be the armed set, and if I can remember correctly, I think it was also the is it the destroy? Oh no, the executioner set, right? Yeah, so the executioner set, and then the armed set are the sets to kind of go with when building CHOI when he's not at A5. So pretty much A4 and below, stick him to the armed and executioner set. When you get to A5, you unlock this version of him. Now, I've just managed to kind of work on this a little bit, still hoping to get some better gear sets. Now, the 2 substats that I've been really catering to is defense pen and attack, of course. Now, reason why you want to cater to the defense pen and reason why you want to also cater to his weapon is because increases the user's attack by 5% when attacking targets by that are burned, and by that you will also decrease the defense by 7%. So as it stands right now, in terms of his kit, if you want to apply the defense decrease, it's from his QTE skill, as you guys can see. But by targeting and by having that weapon and by targeting the enemies that are burnt, it just makes it so that the defense decrease can be used more often, so helps out on that stat in particular. So this is kind of where I've got it at right now, again with this gear set, but with the other gear set I think I'm getting a little bit more defense pen, so I do want to try out the armed and executioner set with an A5 CHOI. So yeah, this would pretty much be the fire team. You got your 2 characters that are working together in a perfect way, and then pretty much that 3rd character will be whoever you want. I typically go for more damage support, so Min is the perfect character for this. Now, the reason why Emma is fantastic is because you got to keep in mind, once you get the 15 stack of heat absorption, that can then transfer over to heat emission, which will then give CHOI a 7.77% increase on defense pen, so it just helps out. So yeah, I'm on a raid where obviously I can see the damage value without having to worry about any type of defense decrease, but I mean, we're doing decent damage already, of course, so that's not too bad. But I kind of want to get the boss going. Well, more importantly, I do want to get the ultimate going too, but I will say that CHOI himself is still a fantastic DPS character, so you do have him. I mean, that is fantastic right there to apply burn, that core attack, beautiful, and then of course that does give us that defense decrease, as you saw right there, as the indication pops up. Okay, so let's get things cooking. No, we don't want any of those. Little tap right there. Okay, now we've got the burn activated. There's that defense decrease coming in. So he's got super armor, but that's fine. It's not too bad of an issue. Boom, 800k, and then you go straight in with that 1 million. So 1.8 mil right there, of course. So that's the big benefit with CHOI, with the follow up on his top skill. It really it basically improves itself, so we can double up on that, so that again that's kind of like a 1 million right there, very nice. And then it goes back to normal, and then we can just kind of go back doing a decent amount of damage, keeping that range. I mean, CHOI's still fantastic, especially with that buff. I think it was heavily needed, especially with where the power level and where the power crit was kind of coming in. I see why they kind of gave him the buff, because I mean, again, he really needed that. So comes in. So there's that mill. Keep in mind our skill then transforms. There we go, 900k. And then when it comes back around, we should be good. But I mean, yeah, good amount of damage from this set. Again, this is predominantly the set that you want to run once you get into A5. To have CHOI kind of being like halfway leveled up, I want to say, or kind of just keeping him on an equal playing field to produce those numbers, that is acceptable in my eyes. So yeah, having a A5 CHOI building a bump slightly, yeah, it works out pretty nicely. I think he is also on par with where the game is at in terms of difficulty, and especially with the power creep. I think, yeah, I think the numbers that we're seeing right now with where I've got him at, like level 4 and level 5 skill wise, I think it is acceptable to where he is as a DPS character. Now you can really pile that on in terms of supporting him furthermore, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll bring out Emma, of course, and we'll get some. So we've got a stack of 15, so we'll activate it now. Boom, 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 and then CHOI now has that defense penetration going on. So let's see if we can benefit from that. So he's burnt now. We'll go over the ultimate. We've got that 7.77 coming in, so the consistency should be there. 2 mil right there, not too bad. Super armor, that is super annoying. That's fine though. Okay, and it's going to be going in just a second. That is unfortunate. Drop that. 1 mil, yeah. That second skill, always catering to that to a million. That's nice. Quarter of a mil, not too bad, not too bad. And then what we can do is we can obviously maximize it if we just let's do this. And then we just do a core attack, so that gives us 15. Heat mission is activated. We'll get CHOI out. Not CHOI, sorry, Min. Apply all of these. And then you come back out. QTE is giving us all of that. And then we'll drop the ult here. Keep in mind he's got super armor, but that's fine. 1.6, nice. I think that was 1.5. So 3 mil right there. Not too bad. I think that core damage is like that core damage is 250k. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, still there we go. There's a second meteor right there. Still a fantastic fire DPS character. He is not going anywhere, boys. He is not going anywhere. Let's run it again. So I've got the Executioner set with the arm set right now. So this is kind of like the set that most should be using. This is what I love about CHOI. Group them up. Group them up and clean them out. We don't care. We ain't playing games. Alright. So drop that. Oh, I thought I dodged that. Okay, that's on me. Alright, let me get you some burns, boy. Here we go. Okay. Okay, yep. I'm terrible. I'm horrendous. I am trash. No, thank you. Drop that. Drop that. Okay, go with the ult. And then 700k. 700k. Okay. So we're doing slightly under. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. But I just was curious to see on whether or not if I can cater to that defense pen, if that would help me out. Alright, so let's drop this. Drop that. There we go. Min, you come in. Drop that. There we go. Just get it all out there. QTE comes in. Go with the ult whilst we got the defense down. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we are doing. Oh, that did 1. Okay, that did 100k more. That's not too bad. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But I will say, yeah, CHOI right now is he's doing his business. I think right now he's third in line, which will because well, I don't have Beast maxed out. I've got him at A3, so I'm not really getting the benefits of getting Beast is buffed up A3, 4, and 5. But I think Alicia's taken the second spot in terms of the consistency of a million damage she does. So I mean, for her in a single rotation, you're looking around about what? Well, from what I'm accomplishing, is around about what, 3, 4 mil. Especially if I get the ultimate in place. So I think CHOI is a solid third. I think that's kind of my. Well, I say that. I feel like if I worked on CHOI a little bit more, I can. Actually, CHOI might. Well, I feel like CHOI and Alicia are kind of going to be fighting for second right now. But I do not know I need a beast banner to come back again, so that way I can get him at A5. Yeah, so I don't know what the value of a maxed out beast is right now, but I'll have to work on him, because I can still benefit from checking out his A3. But alright, yeah, not too bad. I mean, also I should also mention that, you know, I am losing out on a lot of percentage play, because of course the weapon itself is not fully duped out, so you know, there's that. So when building CHOI, I mean, to be honest, if you have him at A0, then stick with the Armed and Executioner set. If you manage to get him to A1, because A1 is when your Rain of Flames turns into the Mega Crater. So if you want to cater to that, because again that's when you're doing more damage through the basic skill, of course, then I would suggest at that point, if you want to, you can do the Armed set with the Concentration of Firepower, right? And then pretty much, yeah, and then at that point, once you get to the A5, that is when you put the one-hit kill set on. So at A1 you can have a split between the Executioner set or the Concentration of Power set. But again, CHOI cannot deal critical hits, but his attack increases by 40%. So that's why you really want to cater to attack, defense penetration. Those are the two biggest ones, and then damage increase, and then of course the MP reduction, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what we are going to be looking at. But once again, I'm happy with where CHOI is at. Again, in terms of fire DPS, he's kind of holding it down. Again, top 3 in my opinion with where CHOI is at. The buff was actually realistically really needed to cater to with where the power creep is at right now, or the power scaling with where solo leveling is at right now. In terms of pulling this man, whenever they do a rerun banner, we'll have to wait and see and what other characters come about, because honestly, with a rerun banner for CHOI himself, again, we could probably expect it in July maybe, or maybe the month, or even in August, to be honest. So yeah, it might be a bit of a wait, because the next footler banner that we're getting is going to be Min. So, but just kind of wanted to look over CHOI as a whole, just to kind of see what we're looking at. And with kind of where I've got him at, kind of been level-headed for me personally, especially with his levels, etc. Not too bad, but obviously catering to the fact that he's at A5. So, but no, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. In terms of the rotation, realistically, you fire off your basic skills, you do the ultimate, and then your basic skills are going to be there to reset, and then your core damage should be at the ready at times, and if that is the case, then you get the burn off, or you kind of continue it on. So that's kind of like the rotation: skill, ult, skill, potentially skill, depending on your cooldown, and then core. So I mean, you can really maximize a hefty amount of damage from CHOI in just a single rotation, especially if you are adding in the additional percentages that these two are bringing along. Yeah, although, I mean, there's no point going for crits. I think we could have done. Nah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, I could have done with a better support, to be honest. Oh, wait, I need a weapon, don't I? Ah, Park, give me your weapon, because you give me ultimate support.